Hi guys, this is JP from FSiPanel. Welcome to this quick tutorial showing you how to fly approaches within a few seconds with your Fenix A320. Before I forget, please subscribe to the channel. This will help me produce more video for you. Right, the Fenix A320 is a beautiful aircraft, study level, and I'm very happy to have it compatible with FSiPanel, both standard and advanced edition. Before your first approach, a special FSiPanel module will need to be installed in your community folder. This module will allow communications between FSiPanel and the Airbus system. This action is only required once, and please note that you will need to restart both the simulator and FSiPanel before your first approach. So we will assume that the module has been installed and we will now set together our first approach. Alright, so the Fenix is there. I will choose any livery and I will decide today to fly out of Geneva. This was my home base and runway 22 is fine for me. So we are ready. I will click fly. Okay, so I just loaded the aircraft as you can see and we are clicking on ready to fly. And we will go together with the steps that are required in order to make sure we have a nice approach. First of all, make sure that you don't have any ECAM master cautions there. The aircraft is fully functional. Make sure your engines are running. And now something that you have to make sure as well, if you look outside, we might have the chocks in positions as well as the GPU, even though our engines are running. So we don't want that. So how are we going to do that? We will do these two steps. We will go to the EFB in the Fenix tab. And there you will have the ground services. And we will remove the GPU and the chocks. Next, we will set our desired zero fuel weight and fuel. Very easy. We go in the mass and balance. And there we have our actual aircraft, which is very light, just loaded from the simulator. So what you can do here is just click on planned and set your weight as desired, the number of passengers you would like for the approach, your cargo, and your fuel. And once you're happy with that, then just click, don't forget to click on load aircraft and then instant. Now you will see that your aircraft is within the envelope. So we are now ready to set up our approach in FSiPanel. So that's the only thing you need to do. And now, without touching anything on the MCDU, without touching anything on the FCU, we will set up our first approach. Okay, we started FSiPanel and we have to check a few things. First of all, are we at the right airport? Automatically FSiPanel will detect the airport for you. In that case, Geneva, that's correct. And we are on runway 22, that's as well correct. If you want to change your runway, go ahead and change your runway by selecting any of the available runway. Right now we can see that if we select runway 04, we will have a tailwind of 7 knots. So for us, runway 22 is better. In the setup tab, let me show you a few options that you have for the Fenix A320. Program FMC, by default it's tick. That will let FSiPanel set the MCDU for you. It will set only the ILS approaches in the MCDU as well as all the speeds. Then you have the auto brakes. You can choose what is your default auto brake that FSiPanel will set for you. So usually I set it to low. And then you have your default landing flaps full or flaps 3. Then we have the after landing flow, whether you want or not FSiPanel to take care of the after landing flow when you land. I will show you that at the end of the video. And finally, set manage speed on final. If you untick that option, then FSiPanel will not go to manage speed when giving you the control. If you want the aircraft to fly in manage speed, just skip it as default like it is now. All right, so let's go ahead and prepare our first approach. And we will go on a short final in Geneva on runway 22. So easy, Geneva, runway 22, I click on short final. And we are ready to go, so I'll click on move aircraft and we will see what happened in the simulator. Right away you go into the simulator, as you can see in the aircraft. This window is giving you the instructions, so you can put it anywhere you like, even on a second monitor. FSiPanel will remember the position. So for me, I just put it on the left corner of my screen. So for the Fenix, we need to set up 3 things before we can start flying. You can see there that the flaps have been set by FSiPanel to flaps full automatically. There you have nothing to do. And now FSiPanel asks you to set the indicated airspeed, the heading, and the altitude. So basically, we will just make these 3 figures. So 145 for the speed. Here we go. Then we need to set the heading to 224. And finally the altitude to 2,400 feet. 2,400 feet. Now basically we are ready to fly. What we have to do is to set our thrust levers now to climb, and that will start our approach. So this is where you have to be careful to be really in climb position. You can see that right now on the status there, your levers are not in climb detent. So you have to be very precise and go to climb detent. So let's do that now and see what happened in the simulator. Now my levers are in climb and FSiPanel takes over the control. So from now on, don't touch anything at all. Just watch the show and do not touch anything. You see that the FCU autopilot has been set. And we will look at the MCDU. Now you see that the aircraft is going down to the altitude that we had, 2,400 feet. And now FSiPanel is taking care of the MCDU setting for you. So here again, do not touch anything. If you touch something, then you might interfere and we might have a wrong positioning. So just let FSiPanel do the work. You can see that the ILS will be selected for you. In that case, we were on runway 22. And now manage speed should be set as well because we have the option tick. So approach phase is activated and we should be then with the manage speed, as you can see. Right, so now the cockpit has been set for us for the approach. 2,400 feet, the speed is correct. And you are moving forward. Don't worry about that. Now we are even drifting. That's not a problem at all. Just bear in mind with me, now at this stage you can set whatever you want. If you want to change your auto brake, if you want to update your MCDU, do it now. This is the right time. The aircraft is moving forward. It is not a problem. Now when you will hold your brake for 3 seconds, you will take the control and the aircraft will go back to 4 miles, which is the default short final position. So if I click now, if I hold my brake now for 3 seconds, you will see that my localizer will be centered again and we should be at 4 miles. Let's do that now. Holding my brake. And here we go. You can see 4 miles, perfectly centered, and now I can arm my approach. And you will see that the Airbus is capturing the localizer and the glide slope is alive. We will be fully established in Geneva, ready to fly this approach. So let's do the landing and then I will show you the after landing flow and the landing report. All right, we are about to land. I will do a long landing slightly left of center line just to show you the landing report. So let's go slightly left and we will fly a little bit early and let it fly. Okay, now I'm retarding, but I keep the nose up. And the idea is to be just at the end of the touchdown zone. Here we go. So it should be around 800 meters. Let's see that. So now I'm going to slow down the aircraft on the runway. And we will see together the landing report and the after landing flow. All right, so I'm going to vacate the runway to the left. And you can now have your first officer, FSiPanel, doing the after landing flow for you. What you have to do for that, make sure your speed is below 30 knots. Okay, and then just retract your speed brake. So we'll do that now. We'll just stop for the demonstration. And as you can see just now, we have all the lights set for landings. and the flaps are still down. We basically just vacated the runway. What you have to do as the captain, just retract your speed brake. You can see that your first officer has bring your flaps up, and the light will be set for you for the taxi. Now we're only on taxi. We have the runway on, the landing lights are off, strobes light have been turned off, the APU will be started for you, and you just have basically to taxi your aircraft to the gate. The predicting wind shear has been turned off as well, so the after landing flow as per the Airbus FCOM has been done. So now you can taxi your aircraft, or if you want to practice another approach, you can go ahead from now and practice another approach. Of course, if you plan to do several approaches in a row, don't do the after landing flow, just do not retract the speed brake, and then you can go ahead for another approach. All right, let's have a look at the landing report. So to get the landing report, just click on landing report there, and you will get a nice report about the landing as we've done it on purpose, 800 meters. It's still within limit, but it's considered as a long landing. And we were slightly left of center line. So this was to demonstrate the landing report that FSiPanel give you for any approach you do. All right, this is how easy it is to fly an approach with FSiPanel and the Fenix A320. The A320 is compatible with both FSiPanel Standard Editions and Advanced Edition. If you want to see what's the difference between these two versions, you can follow the link on your screen right now and you will see what are the differences. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please drop it below. And as always, stay safe. See you the next time. Bye-bye.